How important is down payment? I'm here to tell you it is the most important factor in the structure of a car deal. Down payment is beneficial to the consumer and it's beneficial to the dealer. And most of you do a terrible job of getting the customer to put down payment into a car deal. I would go as far as to say that the average dealer selling $25,000, $30,000 cars is getting less than $250 true cash per finance deal. Not rebate, not trade equity, true cash. You do a pathetic job. Now, the dealers I'm working with are getting upwards of $1,750 average per finance deal in $25,000, $30,000 cars. Highlines, we expect a little higher down payment. But in $25,000, $30,000, the average car being sold in the market today, domestic or import, the average car, most people are getting less than $250 real down payment. Well, first of all, let's look at down payment. Down payment is important to the consumer because, number one, they finance less money. They have equity sooner. They pay a lot less interest to the bank. And they can trade more frequently. That's important to the consumer. What's important to us is down payment builds equity in the deal so we can get the bank to finance it. Not just make additional profit, but we can get the bank to finance because so many people today have inverted equity. They're what we call in the industry, they're upside down. We have to cover that with cash down and rebate and trade equity. And most of them don't have the trade equity. We've got to get the cash down from the consumer and we've got to keep the rebate in the deal as opposed to a lower interest rate. Now, if the manufacturer offers 0% or a lower interest rate or the rebate, we generally need the rebate in the deal. I had a rap song I was doing in my classes a while back. You're not going to get the low rate, you're going to take the rebate. You heard me. Anytime we can convince the customer the rebate's in their best interest, which it genuinely is. We're not telling anything here that is untrue to the consumer. We need that rebate. We need that down payment in the deal. But the reason most people don't get the down payment is because, don't be offended, you're afraid of the money. Fear of the money is the number one reason that people blow deals, salespeople and managers. You're afraid of the money. You're afraid to ask for the down payment. You're afraid to present the sale price. You're afraid to tell them how much they're getting for their trade. You're afraid to tell them the down payment. You're afraid of the money. One thing I teach in my sales courses, you've got to present the numbers with complete confidence. You've got to act like you believe that everybody pays this, and of course you will pay this. It's what I call the illusion of expectation. Whether you believe it or not, you've got to convince that customer that everybody does this, this is commonplace. And how do you get down payment out of a customer? I heard your question. Mr. Ziegler, how do I get down payment from the customer? I heard you. How do I get down payment from the customer? Glad you asked. How do I get down payment from the customer? You never, ever ask a customer how much down payment they have. That's the stupidest thing you could do. There's two stupid questions you could ask. What payment were you looking for and how much down payment do you have? Really dumb questions. Mr. Customer, how much down payment were you thinking about? Nothing. I was thinking about nothing. Of course they're going to say nothing. They always do. How much down payment are you thinking about? Dumb question. The better tactic is to tell them how much they need. Mr. Customer, as you know, I love that, as you know, the banks in our market, including General Motors Financial, Ford Credit, would like to see as much as 20% cash down payment for the best premium financial programs. Listen to my word track there. As you know, the banks would like to see as much as 20% down payment for the best financial programs, the best premium programs. GM Financial, Ford Credit, Allied Bank. Our financial institutions would like to see, you can't say required, our banks would like to see as much as 20% down for preferred and premium financial programs. Hear that word track. In your case, we'd like to get a check from you today for $6,583. In your case, we'd like to get a check from you today for $6,583. Do not be afraid to tell them the number. And the customer's, I haven't got that much. I can't put down $6,583. Oh, no problem, Mr. Customer, no problem. Calm them down, no problem. The banks do not require 20%. Ideally, that's what they would like to see for the best financial programs. I can certainly get you financed with less money down. Hear my word track. I can certainly get you financing with less money down. How close to 6583 were you thinking about putting down? How close to that number can you come up with? You never ask them how much they have. You tell them how much they need. And then you go to the word track, no problem. I can certainly get you financed with less money down. How close to that number can you come up with? Down payment is important. We need the rebate in the deal. We need the cash in the deal. Especially with so many people today being upside down, what we call upside down inverted equity. They owe more in their car than it's valued at. And to make a deal, the banks are going to cut that deal back and you're not going to make a profit if you can make a deal at all because you didn't get down payment. And that happens quite often. Now remember, down payment will also, in many instances, lower the customer's interest rate. We have a lot of customers today with credit challenges. They less than perfect credit for sure. If you've got less than perfect credit, you already know that. I don't need to tell you you have bad credit. I never say bad credit. You've got less than perfect credit. So, Mr. Customer, there's a possibility that a down payment will lower your interest rate. Now, I'm not telling a mistruth there. That is absolutely true. The number one thing banks look at when approving a loan, the finances of the loan, is how much cash and equity the customer has in the loan. Cash down moves tier levels. It lowers the interest rate in many instances. So down payment will improve the profitability and the carryback on a deal if the customer comes up with it. Never ask them how much they have, tell them how much they need. Mr. Customer, as you know, and that implies you're supposed to know this. Mr. Customer, as you know, the banks in our market, including Ally Financial, would like to see, that's what they advertise, that's what they would like to see as much as 20% down for the best financial programs. In your case, we'd like to get a check for $6,583. That is the most important part of presenting the figures to a customer. Tell them how much down payment they need. Don't ask them how much they have. Just another tip from the Alpha Dawg.